That is footage of the Dixie Fire hitting a small town in Northern California last night. The U.S. Forest Service says it took about 3 hours to burn through the town, and most of the homes and buildings were destroyed. The Dixie Fire started a few weeks ago. It's grown to more than 425 square miles. Heat waves paired with a historic drought has made wildfires harder to fight out west. In fact, there's so many fires burning that some of the smoke has created a haze here in New Orleans. And Peyton, I saw you actually posted a picture of that yesterday.
Yeah, if you were outside yesterday, you could even see the haze, not only in the sky, but if you just looked across the yard or whatnot, you could kind of see it. So all that smoke has been traveling across parts of the United States. Across the area, and that's what we saw yesterday. We'll see some of that haze today, more than likely, so that'll be around. And we've got our smoke tracker. We can actually track all this with our satellites that can pick up the smoke particles, and you can see quite a bit of it over most of Louisiana. And there's some of it that's a bit more dense, and I would imagine this is from some fires that were popping up yesterday in Mississippi and into parts of Alabama. And you can see there, when you look at the broader scope of things, the high pressure over parts of the southwest, that ridging, all that smoke is kind of flowing around it, and that's why that smoke has been able to flow down into a big chunk of the U.S. Of course, where these dark areas are is where most of the intense fires are, and they're burning all up and down Northern California up through parts of the Pacific Northwest. So we'll continue to see rounds of smoke more than likely. Now, with that north wind we saw move in yesterday with that front, that's why that smoke finally got here. Look at our temperatures this morning because of that north wind. Drier air moved in, 60s on the North Shore. We had 64 earlier in Hammond, up to 66. So a nice cool start for August. You know, this is one of those nights you could probably have slept with the windows open on the North Shore. Even down in the bayou parishes, we've got some upper 60s and low 70s. Same story along the river, and we're sitting around 80 here in New Orleans, but it's still feeling a little bit better here in New Orleans, just not as nice as the North Shore. It is going to be a hot day. We'll get up into the low 90s on most areas. Some areas getting into the mid 90s. That is just a little bit above our normal temperature for this time of year, and not a lot of rain expected today. I really don't think New Orleans or the North Shore will see any rain this afternoon. Might see a coastal shower, but really just not expecting any rain today. So it'll be hot and dry. Tonight will be another pleasant one. We'll see the upper 60s to low 70s on the North Shore. Lower 70s to upper 60s as well in the bayou parishes. New Orleans will drop into the mid to upper 70s to right near 80. And the afternoons are going to stay hot, while the morning tomorrow will be nice. It'll still be hot tomorrow afternoon, a little bit more humid, and then we'll be hot and humid through the weekend and through much of next week. Heat index values will return back to the triple digits. So this nice little break, not going to last long. Tomorrow we might see a shower or two. I think it's going to be drier tomorrow than what we initially expected. Saturday even looks pretty dry, and then by Sunday we'll have enough humidity around. We'll see some showers and thunderstorms each and every day as we go through next week. But really today and tomorrow, most areas are just not going to see much rain, it doesn't look like. All right, out in the tropics, still quiet. Caribbean and the Gulf, that is. Not the same story out in the Atlantic. We are tracking our two areas now, this tropical wave and another tropical wave coming out of Africa. Starting with this one, this thing is giant, by the way. Look how big it is as it comes off the coast there. It has a medium chance of development as we go into this weekend. Might try to organize some once it gets in this area. So got a long time to watch that thing. Not currently a threat to anyone. And then this tropical wave a little bit closer to home. Not as impressive. It's fighting some dry air and just overall just not as well put together. A very low chance this one tries to organize. This one probably is not going to do much of anything as it heads towards the Lesser Antilles. It'll get there by this weekend as well. So as these do advance across the Atlantic, we've got more than a week to keep an eye on these things, and they may simply never become anything. But a lot of dry air ahead of some of them, so this one will have a chance to maybe spin up as it's in this area, but once it gets over into here, maybe finding some of that drier air, and that may choke it off. That's a long ways out. That would be a week away more than likely, so really not going to speculate beyond that what it's going to do. But it's just something we'll keep an eye on. We are heading into the heart of hurricane season. We track them for you, but there's no reason to stress about them right now. All right, there's your 7-day forecast. Pretty much the mid-90s each and every day. Will be mostly dry, hot with lower humidity today, so that means heat index value is not too bad. Tomorrow will be a little bit more humid, and then the humidity is back for the weekend with a few storms.